He was a man who lived by a strict code. Ex-military, they said. A ghost, some whispered. Frank Martin, the transporter. He operated in the shadows, a world of high-stakes deliveries and dangerous secrets. His reputation preceded him. Reliable, efficient, deadly. Frank possessed a unique skill set. He could handle himself in any situation. Skilled in hand-to-hand combat, a master of evasion, a precision driver with nerves of steel. He moved with a quiet confidence, his eyes constantly scanning, assessing, calculating. He was always in control, but it was his discipline that set him apart. Frank adhered to a set of rules, unbreakable, non-negotiable. Never change the deal. No names, never look inside the package. These rules were his shield, protecting him in a world where trust was a liability. They were the foundation of his reputation, the reason people sought him out. The job offer came like any other. A shadowy figure, a briefcase full of cash, a simple set of instructions. Pick up the package, deliver it to a designated location, no questions asked. For Frank, it was just another day at the office, another opportunity to utilize his unique skills. The package, however, was different this time. It was larger than usual, heavier. It shifted slightly when moved, a subtle clue that something was amiss. Frank, a man of routine, felt a flicker of unease. He pushed it down, reminding himself of his own rules. No questions, just deliver the package. The drop-off point was a secluded warehouse on the outskirts of the city. Frank, always cautious, surveyed the area, noting the lack of witnesses, the stillness of the air. Something wasn't right. He could feel it in his gut, a primal instinct screaming at him to turn back. But the job was almost done. He couldn't shake the feeling. The package was more than just cargo. It was alive. Driven by a force he couldn't ignore, Frank broke his own cardinal rule. He looked inside. His blood ran cold. Curled up inside, her eyes wide with terror, was a young woman. Bound and gagged, she looked up at him, a silent plea for help in her eyes. The weight of the situation crashed down on him. He was no longer just a transporter, a cog in a machine. He was now entangled in something far more sinister. This wasn't a simple delivery, it was human trafficking. A wave of disgust washed over him. He had always operated in the shadows, but this was different. This was evil, and he was inadvertently complicit. His rules, once his armor, now felt like shackles, binding him to a decision he could no longer stomach. Section 4. The rules are broken when compassion overrides protocol. Frank was a man of action, not words. He couldn't abandon this woman to her fate. His code, once unyielding, crumbled in the face of such blatant injustice. He had to act. Consequences be damned. The rules were off. This was personal. He untied the girl, her name was Lai, and assured her of her safety. Her relief was palpable, her gratitude shining in her eyes. In that moment, Frank knew he had made the right decision. He had chosen compassion over cold, hard protocol, but breaking the rules had consequences. He knew the risks, the ruthless efficiency of the men he worked for. They wouldn't hesitate to retaliate, to silence both him and Lai. His world had just become a lot more dangerous, but he was prepared to face it for her. He was her only hope. Section 5. The turning point. A decision forged in morality. The moment Frank decided to help Lai, he crossed a line. He was no longer just a transporter, a detached professional. He was now a protector, a shield against the darkness that threatened to consume her. He had stepped into a world of violence and chaos, and he wouldn't back down. He could see the fear in Lai's eyes, but also a flicker of hope. He represented a chance at freedom, a beacon of light in the suffocating darkness she had been subjected to. He wouldn't let her down. He would get her out of this, no matter the cost. The decision to protect Lai was a turning point for Frank. It was a stark reminder of his own humanity, a quality he had buried deep beneath layers of discipline and detachment. It was a reawakening, a call to action that he couldn't ignore. He would see this through to the end, no matter the cost.